Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Active Reading with Mom Aryan or Teacher Aryan. So we are going to be doing some active reading because I think this is one of the activities that we are now forgetting and that we are now disregarding in our fast-paced society. So we're gonna try to calm our nerves down, calm our brains down by reading and then making a little bit of reflecting. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to read some parts of the book, and in every statement that we find interesting, or a paragraph maybe that we find interesting, we are going to have a little bit of reflection. So I'm going to share my part, and I hope that it could help you. So our edition right now is on self-help books. So we are trying to scour our closets and the bookshelves there, so that we will be able to have an active reading to these kinds of books and maybe help us in thinking if these books are actually helping us. So maybe they can help us. Okay, so our first book today, our first guest today, because we're gonna call our books as book guests. Okay, so our first guest today is Designing Your Life: How to Build a Well-Lived, Joyful Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. So we're gonna have to skip the first parts, the preliminary parts, and then we're gonna go to the introduction. So the introduction goes this way. Introduction: Life by Design. Ellen liked rocks. She liked collecting them, sorting them, and categorizing them according to size and shape, or type and color. After 2 years at a prestigious university, the time came for Ellen to declare her major. She had no idea what she wanted to do with her life or who she wanted to be when she grew up. But it was time to choose. Geology seemed like the best decision at the time. After all, she really, really liked rocks. Okay, this is a familiar story. High school graduate, and then you really liked biology, and then you decided, you can be a BS biology major and, maybe go to medicine. Okay, so let's look at how Ellen will thrive. Ellen's mother and father were proud of their daughter, the geology major, a future geologist. When Ellen graduated, she moved back home with her parents. She began babysitting and dog walking to make a little money. Her parents were confused. This is what she had done in high school. They had just paid for an expensive college education. When was their daughter going to turn magically into a geologist? When was she going to begin her career? This is what she had studied for. This is what she was supposed to do. Okay? The thing is, Ellen had realized she didn't want to be a geologist. She wasn't all that interested in spending her time studying the Earth's processes or materials or history. She wasn't interested in field work or in working for a natural resource company or an environmental agency. She didn't like mapping or generating reports. She had chosen geology by default because she had liked rocks. And now Ellen, diploma in hand, frustrated parents in her ear, had absolutely no idea how to get a job and what she should do with the rest of her life. Well, I can relate to this because I started out as a BS biology major because, well, I really liked biology when I was in my second year high school because I really liked my teacher back then, Ma'am Abugaa. Yeah, she was really good in teaching us about biology, life processes, and everything. But yeah, so I decided to be in a university where BS biology was offered, and it was really like glamorous at the time. And some people were, well, friends and family members were telling me that, oh, this is what you're gonna do when you graduate BS biology. It's a pre-medical course, like if you want to be a doctor. Because at one point in my life, I really wanted to become a doctor, but then, you know, things changed there when I was in college. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see how Ellen did her life, and let's see how she fared during her days after college. If it was true, as everyone had told her, that her college years were the best 4 years of her life, Ellen had nowhere to go but town. She did not realize that she was hardly alone in not wanting to work in the field in which she had majored. In fact, in the United States, only 27% of college grads end up in a career related to their majors. The idea that what you major in is what you will do for the rest of your life and that college represents the best years of your life before a life of hard work and boredom are two of what we call dysfunctional beliefs, the myths that prevent so many people from designing the life they want. Oh, yeah, yeah, some people are still there in that kind of thinking that after you graduate, whatever it is that you choose in your education, especially in your college education, that is the only path that you can follow and that you cannot do any other career path or yeah you cannot follow any other path. Yeah, that's how traditional people or yeah the traditional way of looking at careers before. And yeah sadly I thought of it like that. Like I thought of it when I was in college. I thought that yeah, this is going to be my life. I'm going to be a biology major and um I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna study 4 more years and I'm gonna be a doctor. But then it did not fare well for me because I really had a hard time dealing with a lot of the experiments there. I was so afraid of a lot of things that were happening in the laboratory. So uh yeah, just really hated gory and it was and here's another thing. Here in the Philippines, specifically, well, I don't know about other nations. Here in the Philippines, we really look at education and diploma per se as one of the things that we ought to have in our lifetime. And it doesn't matter what kind of program we finish as long as you have a diploma, even if it wasn't it these things are not in your interest or field of interest or you didn't like it or you just studied it because it was the only affordable and the only available one that is tolerable. Yeah, because so many things or so many kids are in that kind of mindset that just because it is affordable, just because it is tolerable, it means that they're okay with it. They're gonna waste their lives studying or staying in a classroom for 4 years or 5 years without even thinking if they're going to end up in the program or like in a job that is related or in relation to their preparatory when they were in college. And it is a sad thing that it is still happening here in the Philippines. And I have a lot of say in this because I'm seeing, and it's very heart wrenching that I'm seeing a lot of my students who finish College of Education, yes, in the College of Education, and I see that they're not to degrade the career that they follow because I think every career is important. It's just that it's 4 years of your life and doing grime and the glory of it all. And then you end up in a career when you can end up in that career, for example, as a sales lady or as a plumber or as a welder, you can end up in that career 2 years sooner if you just studied technical education. It's like you entered college in 2009 and then you are supposed to, as a welder, for example, you can finish it in 2 years' time and then you enter in 2009, 2010, and then in 2011, you will be able to graduate. Okay. Whereas if you follow a 4 year course, because I think it's what's important also here in the Philippines, the length of time that you are in school equates the quality of job or yes the quality of job that you are supposed to have. So the longer that you stay in school, you are supposed to be in a career that is also highly compensating. And that's really a big misconception in people that um, we try to follow these traditional designs of looking at education. That is the only way for us to that yeah, your diploma is the only way for you to have a career. And some people, and this is the sad part also, this is the sad part that some people are so afraid to try other things because it's not part of their diploma. And other people are saying, and then other people have the diploma, but then they don't try at all. Okay, they don't try to study other career paths and then work on it and study it, and then make design a life revolving around that. So yeah, I think a lot of people here in the Philippines, a lot of our young adults, and yes, our fresh graduates are feeling the same sentiment that they've wasted their lives in their college because they ended up in jobs that, you know, they could have earned money a little bit sooner and, put up in the retirement plans, put up money or save money in their retirement plans. Yeah, okay. So, let's continue.